Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Diverse Dialogues podcast. I'm Mateo,
And I'm Ruben.
and for today's podcast, we are going to be ranking Sonic characters. Can you tell we're starting to run out of ideas here? So, without further ado, let's get right into the questions. And I guess I'll start off first. What about Sonic do you like the most? I think we've said before that we might have the same answer. So on a count of three, 1, 2, 3, the music.
Yep.
I fucking knew it. Yes, and I'm a firm believer that while the games may be hit or miss for a lot of people, almost in every game the music slaps. I'm saying that right now.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, my first question is, what is your favorite Sonic game? My favorite, it's always been my favorite, probably because I don't play that many Sonic games. It's Sonic Unleashed, specifically for the Xbox 360, because the Wii version is different from the Xbox 360 version. But yeah, that was like my favorite Sonic game, and probably like one of the few I actually like fully finished. But yeah, that's definitely my answer for that one.
Mine's a bit tricky because I grew up with Sonic games back, when the Wii was around. I was at one. I'll say that for the next question, but I was that one kid that would start the game, then go to a new save file, and then just redo the thing over and over and over again. So just watch the beginning scene over and over again because I was just getting too frustrated to like a certain point of like the gameplay where it's like, I can't beat this level. I'm just gonna start all over again.
Okay.
So, and a lot of those games were the storybook games or whatever the hell they were called. So like Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Sacred Rings, and Sonic Unleashed, as you said. But it was the Wii version on all of them. But if I were to go with my favorite, I think I'm going to go with a very recent game, which is literally the most recent Sonic game, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Just because of the fact that all the levels are basically the same from the last game, and the Shadow levels are fucking awesome. And for my question, second question, how much of a Sonic fan would you say you are? The reason why I ask this is because there are certain levels of Sonic fans out there that take it to like, I like Sonic, I like the games, to like, I am as big of a fan and I've done some fucking weird shit in my past.
Yeah, and you'd only find that weird shit on DeviantArt or 4chan or something.
Jesus Christ. But I would say the extent of how much of a Sonic fan I was that one guy that would like search up Sonic on YouTube back when YouTube was like basically when it first became a thing, and just listening to Sonic songs or listening to fan animated stuff on YouTube, not the weird shit, just like fan made stuff, because Sonic Sonic fandom is so fucking strong.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm a very big Sonic fan, but just not enough to where I know any of the characters on this tier list, which is what we're going to be doing today.
For me, let's admit, obviously I'm not like the biggest Sonic fan. Like I said, I only played like a few games, but like most little kids, neurons would activate the moment Sonic would pop up, be like, "Oh my god, it's Sonic!" But of course, that was when I was a little kid. Now it's just like, Sonic's pretty cool, I guess. I like him just as much as I like Batman, I guess. Yeah. My second question is, what is your least favorite Sonic game? Now, here's the thing. Before this, I was debating between Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom. Now, Sonic 06...
That's like comparing apples to oranges, bro.
Yeah. Now, Sonic 06, what's admit? Obviously, the loading screens, that's like a humongous issue with that game. You could learn a language in the time it takes to load into a level. And not to mention the countless glitches in that game. But at least with Sonic 06... you can at least laugh about how bad it is. Sonic Boom, on the other hand, is just boring.
But also terrible and full of glitches, and also just...
Yeah. Like, Sonic 06, it's those cases where it's so bad, it's funny. Sonic Boom is just not funny. It's just like, what is this crap?
Like, if you guys want to see a good example of how fucked up Sonic Boom was, go check out the Game Grumps where they did, like, a deep dive on, like, frame by frame, where like there would be two Sonics on screen, like one is like doing like a T-pose in the end or something. There would be like the same shot done over and over and over again. Like they on both cases, I'm pretty sure it was just a common case of they had to rush the project for whatever reason, and or just like thinking of an idea and then just going with it. But whatever the case may be, at least the Sonic Boom cartoon show was definitely the only saving grace out of that thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Sonic 06 did not have that.
Another funny thing about Sonic 06 is that I remember one of the cases for the discs. On the cover, it says best-selling games of the year. Yeah, sure, I'll believe that.
Yeah, I'll definitely consider that since, they wanted to make it seem like it's the new Sonic because it was just called Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, oh, that's all you need to know for Sonic.
Yeah. It's a shame that I'm probably gonna spoil the tier list. It's a shame that one character from each of those games were pretty cool, but they got introduced in the worst games. Those being Silver and Styx.
And Blaze.
Oh yeah. I know someone's gonna be complaining about not being in this podcast. Oh, what? What's up?
Oh, okay. Whatever. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. Like we said, we're going to be ranking Sonic characters. Now, keep in mind, we don't know all of these characters because we're not the biggest Sonic fans out there. I probably know a little bit more than he does. So basically, it's kind of like the Dead by Daylight tier list, but mixed with the FNAF tier list as well, where we're just going off of our just whatever the hell we want to rank it for. So in this podcast, in this tier list, S tier is super, A tier is heck yeah, B is cool enough, C is mid, D is could care less, and we have a tier called don't know, which is probably going to be filled with a lot of characters, and then the Landon tier. We'll get to that one in a minute. So without further ado, shall we continue?
Yeah.
Starting off with Sonic. I think this is a no big brainer.
He sucks. No, I'm just messing. I mean, yeah, of course. Of course he's going to the top, bro. Of course.
Like, there's no other question about it. Like, he is S tier. Like, the amount of, like, he literally is the foundation for a lot of, like games and, like, the amount of routes that takes with Sonic. Like, in the levels itself, like, there's different, like, routes you can take. It's, like, so much fun. And then the character itself is, like, that cocky character that is just so happen to be fast, which I kind of find is a pretty big common theme with me. I just like fast, cocky characters because I mained Cabal in MK11. So I'm just like, all right, cool. I like fast characters that are also dicks. All right. Yeah. But yeah, no big brainer. Sonic is going to the S tier.
Yeah, I've noticed that pretty much throughout the entirety of fiction, any speedster basically has a humongous ego.
And is there any specific reason what we're doing for this tier list? Is there any
no, it's kind of like the FNAF one. Just kind of go off.
Yeah.
Just wing it, I guess. Next up, Tails. Now, if you're comparing sidekicks, let's say, Mario has Luigi and Sonic has Tails. Obviously, Tails is better.
Yeah.
Although I do remember the original games, he's just that dude that follows you. So he's just basically there for moral support. But thankfully, he actually has a personality over time and actually has a character.
Yeah, he's not just a kid. He's actually a smart kid, has inventions, has a nice personality, has a nice pun within his name. And I mean, honestly, he's just that nice supporting character overall.
Yeah.
I would say heck yeah.
Yeah, just heck yeah.
Because he's not super because he's not like on the level of Sonic and also another character we're about to put in there soon. Knuckles.
Okay, let's be real, y'all. 2018 completely changed this creature. Anyways, but aside from that, Knuckles was cool, I guess. The reason I like him the most is, of course, he spawned in the "and Knuckles" joke, which has gone on for decades, but it's still funny in my book. Other than that, he's cool, I guess.
I will also want to take into consideration the Sonic movies, because when Knuckles was announced in Sonic 2, it was so weird for me because I was always so, like, used to Knuckles being, like, the bro dude, like, bro American-ass dude, and then he became just, like, this tribal guy in the film, and I was like, nothing wrong with that, but just, like, it made him a lot cooler in the movie than if anything.
I know, it's so weird after, like, seeing him as that, yo, what up, bro? That type of guy.
and then sometimes with a cowboy hat for whatever reason.
But
I actually don't know where to put him. Like either B or A, in my opinion. I'm not really sure.
I'd say A, I guess.
He can fly. Amy.
Amy.
Okay, this could go many different ways here. So
it can. I'll be real. I didn't really care about her, even though she's been a character for like God knows how long. I mean, she's cool, I guess.
you can either handle her being very annoying, or you can't handle her being very annoying at times.
Yeah.
And depending on what they're gonna do for the Sonic 4 movie with her, like here's the thing: as much as I wouldn't like, they're building it up to where she's not gonna be a simp for Sonic, but at the same time, though, I don't want Sonic to be the simp for her, which is what was rumored. I do not want the roles to be reversed. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Amy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put her in cool enough.
Cool enough. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, Shadow, no fucking brainer for that one.
Yeah, of course.
Like, honestly, I think some people may find Shadow more popular than Sonic in some way, shape, or form. Like, might be one of the most dopest looking characters of all time.
Hey, do we even have to say anything about Shadow, honestly?
Like, literally, there's a reason why those two are always together, and why Shadow always gets so much praise and everything, and also his theme is badass.
Although, let's be real, if Shadow was like a character created in the modern times, everyone would just say he's some edgy OC from DeviantArt. Even though Shadow came out way before that era.
But thankfully, all of these characters came at a time when they were all seen as cool, so...
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman.
Eggman. I mean, one of the most iconic villains in gaming, obviously. Up there with Bowser. I mean, yeah, he's just a great villain. That's it.
A bit of an egomaniac because he puts his face on every fucking robot that he has.
Yeah. But Bowser also does that.
True.
I mean, yeah, he's just a very iconic villain. That's it too, though.
He's fun, and he has his victories too, which is actually good for a villain, so...
Yeah.
Put him in Heck Yeah.
Heck yeah. Silver.
Silver.
As I mentioned earlier, he's a really cool character that unfortunately got introduced in one of the worst games.
His design is so fucking sick. I remember when I first saw him, I was like, is this guy real? And he's like...
Like, design's cool and all, and I was like, he basically has telekinesis as well? Like, this dude's powerful as well.
But his gameplay was shit in that game.
Yeah, that's what sucks about him. I personally always liked him. Like,
I mean, he was also a little bit of a meme with the "it's no use, take this." Honestly, I wish if they were being a Sonic movie, please change the voice. I don't want to hear that over and over again in the prequel. But he's still, in my opinion, cool enough to where
I personally like him.
In Heck Yeah, at least in the bottom of Heck Yeah, he could have been an S tier, but.
All right, now before we continue with the rest of the characters, I just want to look at this current cast of characters. So we have the main character who has a golden super form when he collects 7 powerful items. He has an anti-hero of the same species who claims to be the better version of him. His best friend is just a short dude. His other best friend is from an ancient race that lives on a floating island. There's a girl that's obsessed with him. There's a guy who travels back in time to prevent a future apocalypse. And one of his villains is a guy who captures people and turns them into robots. Guys, this is basically Dragon Ball.
Gee, I definitely believe that you're the first one to make this observation.
Yeah, I noticed those characters were placed in front. I was like, oh, now I have to point this out. Every other character, I cannot make a comparison, though.
Moving on to Blaze.
Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. Even though Blaze has been a character for God knows how long, I didn't really care. I didn't really know she existed for a while.
I played Sonic Rush on the DS, where you basically get to choose from Sonic and Blaze. I'm questioning why Blaze of all characters, like why it was just those two as the main characters. I still have no idea what the premise of Sonic Rush was. But I mean,
Like,
she's still cool.
the funny thing is, the only reason I know Blaze is because of one game I played, which was Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That's it. I don't know her from any other game.
But she's basically a pyro cat, so I don't know either Heck Yeah or Cool Enough. I don't. Because the only other memory I have of her was Sonic and the Black Knight, where she was a knight, so.
I don't know. I personally don't know much about her.
She's better than Amy.
Okay, yeah.
She does. She could do more than Amy.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh boy, Rouge the Bat.
Rouge the Bat.
Lulu, calm your ass down.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, I know a certain someone is gonna freak out, depending on our position with this
I
character.
think she likes Rouge.
Yeah, I think she likes her, bro. I think she likes her.
Shut up.
Okay, Landon tier. No, I'm just messing. She is better than No, I like Silver better than Rose the Bat. Rouge the Bat, I mean. I like Silver better. I'm just gonna say that.
No, okay, I don't want to be seen as sexist.
Okay.
She at least has more of a personality than the
Yeah.
two over there.
Heck yeah tier. Yeah, just right behind Silver though.
Right behind.
Just want to point that out. Big the Cat.
Big the Cat.
This is my favorite character, by the way, guys.
Froggy.
That he's my favorite character.
And hold on.
If it weren't for Landon, he would be my I'm literally him.
Now, just because we're putting him in the Landon tier does not mean that he's a bad character. Just because he's in the very bottom does not mean he's a bad character. It's just that ever since we made the list, it's just where it belongs.
Uh-huh.
An inside joke that just basically just goes straight to that.
Yeah, but if it weren't for that tier, I would personally put him at the top just because he's my favorite character.
All right, now we're about to go into a whole bunch of mid characters that basically no one really gives a shit about.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Vector.
Vector, mid, or you know what? No, he's cool enough.
The only reason I know him is just simply because of the name. That's it. Vector, because that's fine. Only like 3 people will get that joke. I think that because I know Vector is like part of like just
like the
trio.
side characters that like are that you know in Sonic, but you don't give two shits about.
Yeah.
But his design is cool, and he is like kind of cool character.
I'm trying to think of the game. What was it? Because like I know there's a Sonic game where like you play as like a set of characters.
Heroes, Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes, that's what it was. Yeah, and I think Vector and
Yeah.
all these other characters were a part of it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Those next 2, I do not know.
What was that chameleon's name? I forgot.
But I think they were part of like Vector's
Yeah, they were.
crew.
They were. They were. I have fucking no clue what I.
I'm gonna Google it, y'all.
I think it starts with like an I or something.
Hold on.
This is very embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I can't find it.
Just look up Sonic characters and then it'll give you the list.
So yeah. No, we're gonna cut all this out anyways.
Like we know these characters coming up, we just don't know.
Espio?
Espio, that was the name.
Yeah. And Charmy B. Yeah, Espio and Charmy, I don't know either of them. I just only know Vector out of that trio.
Vector's the coolest. These two are mid because they barely have any real character.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure there's that one smuck in the comments that's gonna be like, you didn't read the comics that they were from, and
Yeah,
cool.
totally. Cream. I just only knew her of her name, and then I never cared about her ever.
That's basically where she's going. Like,
Yeah,
cool.
same as Espio, and I already forgot the dude's name.
Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic. Okay, now we can actually talk about one.
I would say, heck yeah.
Just right next to Eggman, yeah. Very fitting.
And I cannot wait to see what they do with Metal Sonic in the 4th movie, so.
Uh-huh. What was that?
Just a chow.
Chow. Oh, Landon tier.
Okay. Alright then. That's Chaos.
Chaos.
So basically, that water monster that in the first
I've seen that creature.
Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about that one.
He's cool enough because he's the final boss, and "Open Your Heart" is an awesome song to hear in the background while you're in supersonic form.
Styx. Another character that I personally liked, but unfortunately was introduced in one of the worst game in my book.
I'll say she's cool enough.
She's cool enough, yeah.
Because she has a really interesting personality that is funny enough to where she's not in that tier.
Uh-huh.
Oh, now we're getting into Sonic X category, which yes and yes, could care less for whatever these characters' names were.
Yeah.
I think one of them was named Cosmo, and I forgot the human character's name.
Oh, whatever. No one's gonna care.
All right, now we get the robots that are basically like the comedy for Eggman. Like I forgot the names of the robots were, but
yeah, which is just
the red one and the red one and the yellow one.
The red circle one and the yellow box one. They were just Eggman's sidekicks that were just there for comic relief.
They're cool enough, I guess.
Yeah, they're cool enough. I don't even know if like each of them have like a unique personality or if they're basically the same.
Hold on, I need to make one more row. Shit, I'm fucking everything up. I fucking hate how jank everything is with this thing. Alright. We are gonna add an F tier.
Oh.
Just labeled no.
Is that
The chick from Sonic 06.
No. I know the story and I'm not saying it on here.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, I'm looking at all these other characters.
I know some of them, but other than that.
Okay, now I only know like a few, y'all.
I don't know what this one is. I do not know what this one is. That's not Omega, isn't it? No.
No.
This is Omega.
Yeah, that's Omega.
So I have no idea who the heck that is. Okay. We're reaching the two characters that I'm really looking forward to. Ruben's looking at them. He's like, what the fuck are these characters?
Uh-huh.
These two characters are basically like the what is it? The Team Rocket of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog show.
Okay.
And basically these two characters were random robots that Robotnik made. So back when Robotnik was called before Eggman.
Okay. And my voice cracked.
Okay. I'm just gonna put this character in Don't Know, the chicken one. And for the other one, I'm putting this character in the Landon tier. And I'm gonna go to YouTube right now and show Ruben exactly why this character is in the Landon tier. So give me 1 second while I do this. In the meantime, Ruben, you can basically just go through some of these characters and just.
I only know like. Okay, I know that character. Okay, I know those four right there. Okay, I swear I'm like seeing like doubles of like some shits. Yeah, I'm like seeing like classic versions of like some characters and like.
I got an Overwatch ad.
Amazing.
They're so desperate, man.
Yeah. I wonder why they're so desperate, bro. I wonder why they added third person as like an option now. Okay.
All right, you get to hear this too, everyone.
So lame, I doubt they make it as half-baked Mega Man villains. Two of the robots created are a robotic chicken named Scratch and whatever the hell this is named Grounder. And if you thought Sonic's voice was annoying, just listen to this ear sodomy.
Hey, Fastra! You missed! I'll glue your yip shut!
How do might describe the voices of these two? You ever tell your side of a story where you're trying to make the other person you're talking about sound really obnoxious? So I'm sitting there just talking to my friends when suddenly the teacher walks in and is like, "What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in class?"
He made me persistent. He made you too dumb to quit.
And then my idiot friend is like, "Duh, I don't know. I thought it started later."
The chase is over.
Yeah, you make them sound annoying for a reason.
Bro. What the hell? Okay. Well, I know why that one's in the Landon tier.
Yeah, that's
Grounder.
what it is. Grounder, and no one's gonna know jack shit.
Amazing. Well, glad you know at least one obscure character on this list.
This is just a background. I have no idea what the fuck this is, so I don't know. This is just pixels. Okay, Infinite, from
Okay,
Sonic Forces.
Uh-huh.
Probably the most forgettable like villains that we've ever had in Sonic media.
Uh-huh. I was just about to say that. Just the only thing I noticed different was, well, not different, just unique about him was his design. Other than that, I don't know jack shit about this guy.
So, either mid or could care less, to be honest.
I'd say mid, I guess.
Bottom of mid.
Yeah.
The Eagle character from Sonic, whatever that,
Free Riders?
something like that, yeah.
Jet the Hawk?
Jet the Hawk, yeah.
I mean,
Cool
okay,
design.
He's another one of those characters with like Silver and Sticks. Well, not interesting this time, but introduced in one of the worst games because this game was barely playable. You know, maybe I should have debated if that was the worst one, but I didn't technically play it. Jet the Hawk. I don't think he even saw the light of day after that game.
I mean, he's a pretty cool design.
Yeah.
So, I'll just put him at mid.
Mid. Yeah.
Along with SBO. Maria, okay. There actually is a lot of importance to this character, despite her being, like, not well known. Well, I mean, she's probably more well known because of the Sonic movie now, Sonic 3.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know how to rank her, to be honest with you.
I don't know either.
But she does have a lot of lore and backstory, and is basically the reason why Shadow is Shadow, so...
I mean, better character than What's-Her-Face from Sonic 06 that I do not want to go over the story of.
I'll put her in cool enough, like, in the middle of cool enough.
Okay, yeah.
Just because, like she's a character that died, so...
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is there another raccoon character? I don't fucking remember. Don't know. The character from Sonic 06 that I do not remember. The one that killed Sonic.
I don't know.
Oh, spoilers, everyone. If they...
I don't know.
Rip off Shadow, I guess. I don't fucking...
Don't care.
Could care less. I don't know who the fuck this character is. I don't know who the fuck this character is. Alright, here we go. Omega.
Rouge the Bat. That's what I remember of Omega from, I believe it was Sonic 06. That was his voice.
You know, I mean...
Oh, in a Landon tier?
If it weren't for the Landon tier, he probably would be, like, in cool enough, but
Yeah.
he's in the Landon tier.
Okay, yeah.
Another Chow that was from Sonic Generations.
I mean...
Landon.
Is that... okay, now we got two characters I actually recognize.
Yes, from Sonic Unleashed. The Professor and...
Professor Pickle. Yeah, I somehow remember that name. Professor Pickle, I mean, important character in the game, but, like, he himself, like, personality-wise, just generic. Oh, you know, the entire world is basically split apart. You gotta go to all these places and put the world back together.
It's just as the guy at manuscripts foretold.
Yeah. I mean, he's okay. I mean, he's technically an important character, but, like, character-wise, there's not much to him. And then there's Chip, a.k.a. Light Gaia, which, looking at this list, is Dark Gaia even on here?
No.
No. Wow. Tragic. Anyways, Chip. Basically the one game where Tails is not the sidekick.
Well, I mean, even though he's in the game, though.
Yeah, Tails is in the game. Yeah. But anyways, Chip. I mean, he's cool, I guess.
The lost memory character.
Yeah.
But also appears every 5 seconds in like, you could do this to be able to do this, Sonic. Try pressing A.
Uh-huh.
Why did that sound almost exactly like?
I was about to say that. I remember that years ago.
Try doing that, Sonic.
But now, looking at this list now, when I realized Dark Gaia is not on here,
What would you put in Dark Gaia?
I would have put Dark Gaia like cool enough at least.
I would say he was.
But Chip.
Chip was cool enough.
Chip was cool enough.
I would say he was better than the robots,
Yeah.
but actually no, he did have like his final form basically, so I'll put him over Chaos.
Basically prevented the end of the world at the end of the game, y'all.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Is that like classic Supersonic or
I have
something?
no fucking clue. It just looks like a goddamn gopher or some shit. Oh, okay, so this was another character from that show I just showed you.
Okay.
Princess Sally, I think?
Okay.
Basically, they was basically the ship. Like, basically, what Amy could not do, basically.
All right.
I think it was Princess Sally. You might want to confirm. But she was basically that more confident, like, cool... Basically, the confident, heroic female character is basically what she is.
Yep, Princess Sally.
Okay. And there's a reason why. And there's art. Anyways, so...
Yeah.
She's... Like, she has gone so down to the dumps to where, like, she barely gets any recognition. I'm just gonna put her in the top of mid.
Okay.
Because she was only cool for, like, a split minute, and then they didn't do anything with her after that, so... these are the Sonic Underground characters, which I don't know anything about.
I don't know either.
Only Glenn knows about that. Of all people, he knows those characters.
Yeah, the Sonic Underground crew characters.
Just for the sake of the fact that they know guitars and they're in a band, I'll just put them in don't know.
Okay.
Is there another bird character or some shit?
I think so.
It's like the brother of Jet or some shit.
Storm the Albatross, I think.
Is it gray with like a big beak?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's that.
Oh, it was another character from Sonic Free Riders.
I do not know.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck is this Absol looking character, bro? Like, you cannot tell me that that's just not fucking Absol.
Yeah.
I have no fucking...
I don't know.
It looks a little bit modern with the way that it was designed, but don't know.
I have no clue.
I know this... I think it's like one of the characters that's like related to Knuckles. I think there's also another Echidna. I just don't remember the character at all.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, looking at all these characters, I mean, I see one, but...
Honestly, I feel like the rest of this, we might need to, like... You know, let's just finish up with this tier list and see how far we've gone to it.
Okay.
Another rabbit character I do not fucking know. The female Jet, I don't know. A robot pirate, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck this is supposed to be. Okay, here we go, finally. I forgot what they were called, but they were the little aliens in Sonic Colors.
Okay.
So, and they gave Sonic the power-ups. They are cool as shit. I'll give them that. They're cool as shit. So, and the middle one in this photo had a cute little personality. So, like laser,
Okay.
cube, and that type of stuff. So, they were cool. They were cool.
From this distance, all I see is just a bunch of shapes. So for a split second, I thought we were ranking the Chaos Emeralds or something.
Which they would be in Super.
Yeah.
No pun intended. All right, now we got all like the Sonic Lost World characters, which don't even ask me.
I don't know jack crap.
I only know this one because of Sonic, that mobile game where you had to go up against him or some shit. I don't remember. Sonic roasted the crap out of her in this one. That's all I remember. This guy looks small. Landon. This guy looks like dumb character. Landon. This is Ruben tier because he looks like an emo chick.
He looks like an emo chick. Okay.
Yeah.
Emo femboy. Okay.
I think, I don't know. This is like the oh my god character, and then
Starbucks girl.
probably yeah. Mid villain, and could care less, could care less, could care less, and all of these rest of this character I don't know. Wow, that was what the fuck is this Woody Woodpecker looking Mitch?
You know, I'm surprised a character I didn't see on here was Tails Doll. You all know Tails Doll, right? From Sonic R.
Man, this is probably the most predictable tier list that could ever be made in this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. People would see this be like, yeah, I agree with it.
We haven't even made it into like the 30-minute mark.
Where are we right now?
29 minutes.
Okay, well, okay, then we're almost at the Pokemon tier list mark.
All right.
Well, anyways, let's just add a few more characters, even though they're not on this tier.
Okay.
One of them being Dark Gaia, as I mentioned previously. Basically, this Eldritch Abomination as a final boss in Sonic Unleashed. For a villain, he was pretty cool.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. Not even Eggman can scratch this creature. So I would have put him at cool enough, me personally. Is that basically where Chip is?
Yeah, and cool enough, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And Tails Doll, guys, what creepy asshole came up with Tails Doll? I still, like, to this day, like, want to know what was in the head of that person who added Tails Doll.
To be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm scared to...
Well, Sonic R was basically their racing game, but
Oh.
and it had terrible controls, and you know some characters they didn't even need cars because why would they? Except for Amy.
Oh yeah, the main villain for Shadow the Hedgehog. I think it was Black Doom. If he was in this one, I'd probably put him in cool enough.
Okay. But yeah, in Sonic R, let's see here. There's Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Eggman, who was in a car and he shoots bombs, so he has an advantage. Omega, Metal Sonic, and Tails Doll. And yeah, like I said, I don't know what that person was smoking, creating Tails Doll. But yeah, I don't like him.
Okay, and just so that we have more to work off of, now we're going to go through all of Sonic's forms and rank them as well.
Okay.
So let me find something, like an image of all of the forms that...
I only know 2 forms off the top of my head for Sonic.
And I'm going to go with one that's, like, not super into, like, the fandom area, so, like, Hypersonic, that's all fandom. There was no... I mean, other than, like, one game that had him in there, there was, like... It was mainly just, like, a Sonic, like, fan-made shit.
Classic Sonic.
Oh, I forget... Yeah, it was in the...
I could have sworn it was in this tier list.
Oh, no, I found a different one that just had like better pictures.
Oh, okay.
So that one was different. So classic Sonic, I would have put him in either A or S, one of the two.
I guess S.
All right, let me see if I can find one that.
And Super Sonic, obviously.
I'm finding a picture where it has like.
Okay, well, Super Sonic would have been at the top, yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Super Sonic would be in super tier, duh.
And can I still continue on with other form?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Next, Sonic the Werehog. Now, I know a lot of people dislike Sonic Unleashed for the Werehog portion of the game, because at that point it doesn't feel like a Sonic game, and even the gameplay as Werehog, you're just pressing buttons. However, me personally, you know, as someone who's only played Sonic Unleashed, I liked Sonic the Werehog more than Sonic the Hedgehog in that game. So me personally, I would have put Sonic the Werehog at wherever the A tier is. What is that?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I like the concept, and the design was pretty cool in my opinion. So, Fun fact: did you know that for Sonic Unleashed, the voice actor who did Sonic, had to do the Werehog version and his regular voice, he had strep throat the entire time when they were recording that.
Oh wow, that's
So having to do that graspy ass voice while having that like a strep throat.
that's crazy.
All right, so okay, now here's a couple other ones. We have the Excalibur Sonic from Sonic and the Black Knight.
I don't know.
Hey, let me find a picture. So you can just base it off of that, and I'm gonna put that in. I might put it at the bottom of S tier because of the fact that it has one of the coolest boss fight songs of all time, and then on top of that, the form is sick as fuck.
Okay.
So let me find a picture real quick. Why is it so fun? Hard to
I'm
find?
trying to think of characters that are not like made up right now, but that's all I can think of.
I'm going off of the games that you know.
Like I was literally just about to ask Sonic.exe, even though he's a creepypasta, not an actual character.
For some reason, they're in all of these forms. Like, why are you adding that in? Like,
I mean, I guess a character that is canon is Majin Sonic, which I'll show you what that is. Majin.
yeah. So here's a good picture. So that's Excalibur Sonic.
Okay.
So I would put him in S tier.
Okay. This one is technically canon. Majin Sonic.
What the fuck is that thing?
To anyone who's played Sonic CD, specifically the American version, if you do this this specific code in the audio settings, you'll see this creepy ass image of Sonic with a bunch of these creepy faces and plays this creepy ass music. But it was a joke in Japan, y'all. You're supposed to laugh at it. You're not supposed to have nightmares of it. Anyways, I would have put it the same tier as Tails Doll, because what creepy asshole came up with that?
All right. And next up we have Dark Spine Sonic from Sonic and the Sacred Rings. This one basically had the exact same voice as this. He just added Sonic with just a rasp to it.
Okay, Sonic the Werehog, but looking like regular Sonic with a different color palette.
Basically like those like Mustang cars ass design.
Yeah.
And purple, which I mean, cool enough. It's cool.
Yeah, cool enough.
Cool enough for that one. Dark Sonic, that's pretty fucking awesome. From the Sonic anime, probably the only time it's ever been like seen in canon. So, I actually would really like to see Dark Sonic in the Sonic movie, the Sonic 4. Mm-hmm. So, I'll put that in S tier because it was pretty awesome. It was basically just like when you piss off Sonic so much.
Okay.
And you know what? We'll end it off with Hypersonic just because it was in the game, so it technically is canon. So, it's super. So we'll just go with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't think of any more.
Yeah, I literally can't think of anything else, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking of other characters as well, like if they had different forms as well.
They probably were fan-made.
By a technicality, Dr. Robotnik, even though that was just Eggman. So same tier as Eggman.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and I guess Shadow, too. He also had a super form, so... Super tier.
Did Tails have any?
You know what? Every time I think of, like, any other character, I'm afraid that it's just going to be, like, they were fan-made.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole bunch of fan-made shit that so many people are like, it's canon, it's canon. No, the fuck it's not.
Yeah. Well, I will forever know that Tails Doll and Majin Sonic are canon for whatever reason.
If we were to go with the fandom
we
territory,
would be here all day.
Sonic EXE, no tier. No. I'm not... Just fucking no.
Yeah, all these other characters, I don't think they have other form. I mean, we mentioned Chip with Light Gaia at the Temple Mech form, which we mentioned previously.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
You know, just for shits and giggles, Rouge, you're going into the no tier.
Okay, I like that. I definitely agree with that. That is a very fitting tier for that character, along with what's her face from Sonic 06 that I will not mention her name.
You know, just to be safe, we'll put it above that.
Yeah, I agree. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's very hard for you to believe, but I actually want to live. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
If you guys are wondering why we're doing that, just like the tier list, there's no rules, there's nothing like that. We're just doing it just because.
Yeah, and right now we're just adding filler so that this podcast can go on even longer. But yeah, I don't think any other character has more other forms. Looking
Yeah.
back at it now.
Like we said, if we were to go down that territory, we'd be here for hours.
Uh-huh.
All right, everyone, and that's going to do it for today's podcast. A pretty short one today just because the list was very small, and on top of that, we barely knew any of the characters, so we couldn't really do a really big deep dive into that one, unlike the FNAF tier list. So with that, we're going to be ending it off today early, and for the next podcast, Ruben, what is it going to be about?
So the next podcast will be Super Smash Bros. Related. Now, we don't know exactly what we're going to do for that one. We're mainly debating between how hype trailers were, probably starting from like Inkling all the way up to Sora, or just how big an impact it was for this specific character to be in. And for that one, we're probably going to go back to like the Smash 4 days, like how big Mega Man was, or Cloud, or Ryu, those big ones. And if we're going to go even further, then we'll go with Smash Brawl with Snake and today's topic, Sonic. So we don't know which one exactly we're going to do, but we'll have a definite answer in the next 2 weeks.
Yep. And yeah, without further ado, I'm Mateo.
And I'm Ruben.
And we're out of here, and we'll see you guys next time.